Hey,
Hey.
welcome and welcome back to High Heels Happy Hour,
Welcome,
the
welcome.
podcast when we talk about female entrepreneurship and everything that
Comes
brings
with,
with
yes.
it. Life in general, in other words, right?
Yes.
In March, we've talked about health a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Mental, physical, nutrition. It's been fun because health is so important.
It is.
To running a healthy company, you need to be healthy yourself.
Yeah.
And today we're going to talk about slightly different take on it, but healthy communication. And we're going to give you one of those, we love our different personality tests, and
Literally,
traits,
love.
and love. So yeah, but first, da, da, da,
Check in.
check
So,
in.
well, something great.
Mhm.
Another great thing. So, our spa, the spa that I work with,
A
has
glow spa.
a glow
Yes.
skincare.
They're not sponsors yet, but we can promote because
Yes.
we love Cheryl, Zupa, and Ingrid. Yes.
Yes. So, we have moved to a new location. So
I
nice.
can't wait to see it.
It is just, I love it. I love the space. You walk in, you just feel like $1,000,000. You walk in and it's like, oh, wow.
Your environment is everything.
Yes. So definitely that was an awesome move. Really hectic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, move is never easy, is it?
Hectic move, but we are coming around and it is ready for you to come visit.
All right.
So
count me in.
And I'm going to do a life hack. What do you want to do?
No, you can go ahead and do your life
hack.
Okay.
So my life hack today is parking. And I forget a lot where I park. And Victor sometimes takes pictures. I know you said you
I do.
take
I
pictures.
take pictures, especially like in the airport where you go. Like there's different levels. Not at Publix. I don't.
Yeah, I happen to delete pictures sometimes. So it's this life hack says if you are struggling to remember, do a Google map and pinpoint where you are. Like start here and save it.
To put a pin.
Put a pin on your parking location.
Okay.
So.
But isn't it like a general vicinity? Is it going to tell me exactly what level?
Yes, it'll pinpoint exactly where you are.
Okay.
Like when you send a message to someone, pin my location.
Yeah.
It's same thing.
Even if it's different lots of levels?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, well, I need to try that.
Okay, so try it and let me know.
Next time I go to the airport, which I hope is not going to be in a while, by the way. Traveled enough.
So how about you?
So great news this week. Great news. And I think all of you out there that have kids bound for college can appreciate. We just found out that our son, it's not just mine, my husband's son too, was awarded a full ride academic scholarship. Academic and civil engagement scholarship, which is huge. He's going to a small private college in Atlanta, Georgia, called Oglethorpe, and we were up there a couple of weeks ago, and he competed. They only give out 2 full rides. Full ride means all tuition paid for all 4 years. They only gave out 2, one for theater, one for business. So he competed for the business one. It was 2 days full of interviews and presentations and essays and stuff. And he came out of it saying, oh, I don't think I'm going to get that. There was a lot of people competing. So we were like, okay, well, that's okay. And we just found out he was the one who got it.
That's so exciting.
Very proud mama moment. Yeah, and of course it means a lot. For him, it's going to be on his resume for the rest of his life that he was awarded this. But also, of course, as his parents, for our bank account. We don't have to, it's not going to cost us as much as we thought. So now it's just room and board.
And I'm proud. I mean, when I met Vicky, he was 7.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm like, "Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I'm so
That
excited." I
little
thought
rascal.
he was like my son,
That
and
little rascal.
yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, very proud parent moment. And I was traveling with my daughter in the 8th grade school trip, and we were at a Starbucks in New York, and I started bawling, crying when he called to tell me. And everyone at Starbucks was like, "Are you okay?" Like, "Yes, I'm okay."
That's awesome. So awesome. Best coffee ever.
Yes, yes. I will always remember where I was when that got the
I love it.
call.
Congratulations,
Thank
Biggie.
you.
And
Yes,
mom and
yeah,
dad.
well, I can't take any credit more than raising him, which I
And
guess
bribing him. I'm just kidding.
yes. Well, speaking of that, so I thought about life hacks and something
Oh, that's right.
we have done, speaking of bribing, with the kids, that obviously then pays off and works. This is something that I did, what my parents did to me as a kid. So we didn't get allowance per se. We got paid for grades. So they said,
Hmm.
your job is to get good grades. You go to school, that's your job. So we got paid for A's and B's. We got nothing for C's, and pretty much if we had a D, we pretty much had to pay them. I don't know. I never had a D. Um, but A's and B's, we got a certain monetary uh, value for. So we've done the same for our kids, and I know that might be controversial, and some people think it's bribing. Well, I guess it is, but it is
Oh,
their
wait.
job to get good grades, even though they've had other jobs too. Still, it's been it might not work on all kids. They might not be money motivated, but our kids have always been money motivated. So they've always had great grades because of it. And then you get a full ride scholarship. So I guess it pays
Yeah,
off.
I mean, I might have
It
to.
was worth. Yeah, my husband said at one point, because they all had all A's, both had all A's for a whole year, and it got really expensive. He's like, "Man, we need to change this rule." I'm like, No, let's just suck it up. It's gonna we promised them we would pay them." But so that's my hack. If your kid is money motivated, their job is to go to school and get good grades, then maybe yeah,
I mean,
little bribe.
I don't do that, but I think I'm gonna consider doing that
Mhm.
because it alleviates the whole, "Hey, I'm not gonna you're not gonna get this if you don't get good grades." Like, no,
Yeah.
get
Yep.
good grade and I will pay you.
Yep.
Plain and
Yep.
simple.
And
No
then
ifs, ands, or
C's,
buts.
and they say, well, both A's and B's are great. Yes, you're gonna get more for an A, you're still gonna get money for B. C,
You can see your
no,
way out of
it's
it.
not gonna, yeah, it's you're sorry, you don't get paid for C's and D's. Let's not even go there. So
They pay
yes.
back for a D.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yep. That's my hack, and I'm sticking to it. Yes,
I
because
like it.
it's been working so far. So today we're gonna talk about love languages.
Yay.
Ingrid, tell us about love languages.
So I hope and I pray that I save you a whole lot of little heartache, literally, because um, at times we get really frustrated with our significant others,
Mhm,
partners,
mhm.
friendships,
Work
work
partners. Yeah.
partners,
Yeah.
and it goes back a little bit. It adds on to what we've done before. The
Yes.
disc,
So the
and
disc system, if
yeah,
you want to go back and check out that episode, I think it was episode
two or three, and then
two or three.
enneagram,
Enneagram, we
enneagram.
touched on there as well.
Mhm.
So check that out. Those are still good personality traits in work situations, but the love language is more for closer relationships, especially with your significant other.
Yes, and children,
Yeah.
but it promotes healthy communication. It allows you to really understand the concept of what actually is love. Like,
Yeah.
what does love mean to you?
Yeah.
Sometimes a lot of people talk about, oh, if you buy me gifts,
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
I buy her all this stuff and she's still not happy.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
I go out and I do PDA, public display of affection. and nothing.
Yeah.
That doesn't make him happy, or that doesn't make her happy, or
Yes, because we tend to do the thing that we want
yes.
to, that we think that we like, we do to our partners, and it might be that that's not at all how they feel valued or feel loved the best way. So
So we're hoping that today
yes.
we help you figure that out. So there are 5 love languages.
Yes.
So 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And there is a quiz that we link in the show notes.
Yes.
So you can all figure out which one you are.
And take it, because I will tell you, I've taken it quite a few times, and my top 3 have changed
With
from
time.
with depending on when I was younger.
Yeah, with age we
Yeah,
can.
with age,
And also being married for
a long
20
time.
years, it might have changed.
Yes. So I'm gonna go over 5 of them. There are only 5 of them. So in no particular order, there's just 5. There's words of affirmation.
So meaning telling someone how much you love them and how fantastic they are.
Yes. And I have my own discrepancy on that one,
Okay.
because I think I love to tell people what they do really well. So words of affirmation, you'll find out they're important to me, but I believe that everyone has that peak of just knowing that they did something good. It might not be everyone's top.
Yeah.
But
it never hurts.
Never hurts. Yeah.
No,
So that
no.
words of
Might not be
affirmation.
my favorite way to feel loved, but it probably never. I don't think any of these hurt per se, but we all have different orders in which
our what is
find
it?
them
Our
important.
fuel. Our what is it? Our heart gets wheeled a little differently with the one that works the best.
Yes.
Okay. Next one is acts of service. That means doing something.
When he does the laundry.
Oh, you walk in and the dishes are done.
Yes.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Picks up the dry cleaning without you even asking.
Oh, goodness.
Or cleans the car. Yeah. Yes.
Hint, hint, whoever's listening, right? Gifts.
Receiving gifts.
Yes, receiving gifts.
Yeah, which you think everyone likes that. No, not some. I think I'm one of those who like to give gifts more than receive. So I don't know how we interpret that, but yeah. Not that it's something wrong with getting gifts, but it's not my top.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then quality time, which quality time is the next one, and physical touch. Yes, physical touch.
That's not Ingrid's favorite.
That is Christina's favorite, though.
No, it's not.
I'm just kidding. No. You'll find out what our favorites are. Okay, so statistics say that the love language preferred by most people is quality time.
And that is my favorite one. And that is your least favorite, right? Yes, that's Ingrid's least favorite. So she's not like everyone else. Oh, okay. And why does it say why? That's our maybe that's something to do with today's society, that we don't have time to. Maybe it's after the pandemic.
Wait. Well, quality time. Okay, and I have to read this because it's statistics. Okay,
yes.
Women. Okay, those under 45 and those over 45. That is quality time. So it is like a thing. I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe
but I think it's the human connection. You are. I'm sorry to say, but you have turned 40. Okay. Maybe it's a pandemic thing too, that we, after the pandemic, most of us find it's more important to spend time together because we were isolated.
I can see that.
I like, that's my favorite, quality time to do things together. And for me, I think had you asked me 10 years ago or more when the kids were little, I probably would have been like, no, I would like to have alone time, please. But now as they get older, I feel it's super like, oh yes, no, just, are you going to spend Saturday night with your mom? Yay! So yeah.
And I think it evolves.
Yeah.
And can you be all 5? Yes.
Yeah, but not equally,
Not
right?
equally.
Just like with the disc,
Yes.
you have a little bit of everything, but there's going to be, yeah,
Yeah. But that's
got
a
to have your
question that
favorites.
was on the one of the questions
Yeah,
on
because none of these are bad.
no.
They're all good things. So, of course, we're
But
going to like,
understanding which one your partner is really
yes,
important.
yes,
And the quiz is really fun to take.
yeah.
And it says knowing your own love language helps you understand why you may be feeling unloved.
See?
So the frustration in that I can attest to with anything. When you have a friendship, we've been friends for over 10 years, is understanding what I like or what I maybe think you should like
Hmm.
doesn't matter because if she
Yeah.
doesn't respond to it, me saying something and me doing something could be a little frustrating. Like, oh gosh, I do this for her, but she doesn't
Hmm.
seem to care. It's not that she doesn't care, it's just not her language.
Yeah. And I think a lot of divorces could be
Oh, yes.
avoided if partners did this
Mhm.
exercise or understood what really makes your partner tick and what fills their heart, fills their
Yeah.
bucket.
I mean, it goes with frustration and behavior.
Hmm.
Doing things and, for instance, gifts, buying gifts and more gifts. And it's like, no
Hmm.
matter what I buy her, no
Yeah.
matter what I buy him,
Yeah.
he's not happy.
Yeah. You
And
just rather he empty the dishwasher.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, really?
Yeah.
Like, that's all it takes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what makes
Yeah.
me happy.
Yeah. So what was your order?
My order
Uh-huh.
is first is acts of service.
Okay, so the emptying of the dishwasher.
Yes.
Victor, I hope you're taking notes.
Yes. Or the car or putting gas in the car.
Yeah.
Super simple. It's making the bed. Oh, yes.
Hmm.
Words of affirmation, which I can see that
Yeah.
where those two would be my top
Hmm.
two because um, even with my business, I actually put words of affirmation with my reorders
Uh-huh.
or cards.
Yeah.
So I'm super super big on that. And gifts is next. I love
Hmm.
gifts, but I'm more of a small trinket. Like
Hmm.
if you go somewhere and oh, I went here and I thought of you,
Hmm.
which goes with words of affirmation, and then
So when
a
I go
gift
to Sweden and bring something back for you,
makes me
oh,
so happy.
which I did not this last time because I didn't
I know I'm not that happy. I'm just kidding.
have
But it's just for me, it just means a lot for someone to think
time.
of me when they're and
Yeah.
not just anyone. So if you're listening
So
to
it
this,
doesn't have to be a Tiffany's thing. It could
no,
just
it could be
be
a pen, a pencil, a sticker, something.
could be the Swedish cloths that you like.
Yeah, it's just
Yes.
super
Yeah.
simple. And then followed by touch and
Hmm.
quality time.
Yeah.
So
Quality time is your last one, huh? But you do like to be with me, right?
I do. Well, like we said,
She just
they're
rather
not.
I tell her how great she is. She doesn't have to be next to me. I don't have to be next to her saying
But it's interesting because before
it.
I was, I needed that comfort, that touch. Now it's different. It's
Hmm.
yeah. So
Hmm.
I mean, they're not. I mean, like we. Ooh, I got hiccup. Like we said, it's not. None of them are bad in the
Yeah.
order,
Yeah.
but it's interesting how it has changed. How
Yeah.
about you, Christina?
So my favorite, I'm like most women apparently in at a certain age. Quality time, 33% uh, is quality time. Importance for me is quality time. And again, I told you this. Yeah, I love to do things together. Like with my husband, sometimes it's like, do you want to come with me to Publix? He's like, no. I'm like, do you want us to go together? He's like, so I don't think his is quality. He hasn't done it yet. He's gonna have to do this. Did your husband
I
take it?
did.
Oh, what was his number
His
one?
first is quality time.
Oh, okay. So okay, all right. So there we got some kinks to work out.
I was like,
All
I was
right.
like, I hope she doesn't ask,
Well,
and of course,
yeah. Well, since my last one is receiving gifts, I don't think my husband's is first one will be receiving gifts. Anyway,
we're gonna find out.
my first one is quality time. Then it's acts of service, 27% acts of service. So they're very close together. I do all, yeah, I love when my husband does. things for me without telling me, like, "Oh, I fueled your car," or I he just anticipated something I wanted done and did it. I love that. Words of affirmation is number three, 17%. So it jumps. Yeah, the two are top, and then jumps. Words of affirmation. I do like to, of course, everyone likes
Hmm.
to hear that doing a good thing, but especially from, sounds terrible, but not as much from maybe family, because there I feel like being together and showing each other love. But I think from clients and hearing there that you've done it, getting affirmed there, for me is that's great, because then you know you're doing a good job. Number four is physical touch. Is it a bad thing that physical touch is so far down in both of us? Don't we like? Is that an age thing?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It's not that I don't, but I don't think I've ever been super physical, like public displays of affection, or I'm not super duper huggy kissy. I don't think anyone in my family
Hmm.
is. My kids are not either. So I think I think we just show it in other ways.
Yeah, I mean, a
Yeah.
lot of this is room for
Yeah.
questioning
Yeah.
and
I think my husband is probably, physical touch is probably going to be higher on his, I think. Yeah.
Victor's
He
is.
needs to go take this right now. And then the last one for me is receiving gifts. Only 10%. It's not that. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you want to give me a gift, that's totally fine. Just putting that out there. But it's not my. I rather, if I'm getting a gift, I love for it to be, an experience, or spending
Mm.
time together, or doing something together. It does not have to be a thing. It's not that important to me.
Huh. Huh.
Yeah.
I love
That's
it.
is
I
But
think
it really is eye-opening when you see, especially when you notice that your husband's and yours are the complete flip-flop. Then you know that you got to work on, extending yourself so that you're speaking his love language more than, and vice versa.
yeah, and
Right.
when it comes, and of course, and when it comes to, and what I think it's funny. I have to say something. So with me, I just read my order of love languages
Hmm.
because I'm an I,
Hmm.
a
Again,
C.
disc personality.
Yes, this is really funny.
Mhm.
She actually gave you the percentages.
Yes, because I am a detailed
Yes,
person.
I love it. Love it, love it. That doesn't change.
So if you haven't checked out the episode, go do that.
Yes, it's
Yes.
so fun to watch firsthand. And when it comes to entrepreneurship and coworkers and people you work with,
Mhm.
it's kind of the same thing. Physical touch, I think I would be a little, yeah,
Maybe that's keep away from.
yes, that one you can leave on the little cloud.
Uh-huh.
But words of affirmation, receiving
Mhm.
gifts,
Mhm.
and quality time.
Yeah.
Oh, acts of service as well. So those for team building,
Yeah. Yeah.
all those are really, really important because someone that loves affirmations. I mean, we remember this with Mary Kay.
Mhm.
We would have this gift bag, and what you said to someone,
Yeah.
they wouldn't even pay attention to the gift.
No, it could
They,
be a little
it,
ribbon.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was just the way you can just
Yeah.
uplift someone
Yeah.
with the words.
And but then you had some people that love the bling and
Yes,
the all the, yeah,
but
stuff.
when you know,
Yeah.
you can move. Like you can literally move mountains
Yeah.
if you can just figure out how to speak to someone
Mhm.
in their love language.
Yeah.
And it's just I thought this was awesome because it answers a lot of questions.
It does. It sure does. And we should say there is a book. You can read the whole
Yes,
book.
there's
We'll
a
link
book,
the book.
there's a quiz.
Yeah, but the quiz is pretty easy and straightforward. Does not. It's free too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when it hold on, this is really funny. So
Mhm.
words of affirmation, that means affirmation. So
Mhm.
no criticism, no
Not you're
not
great,
those words.
but
Yes. Oh, and talking about that, sandwich.
uh-huh.
When you sandwich criticism,
Yes.
you say how great, however, this was not so great, but then you finish it off
with
really
the
good.
great. So
Yes.
the bread is great, and the ham or cheese is the criticism in the
Yes.
middle.
So
Yeah.
that's really, really,
Mm.
really, really important.
Mhm.
So what do you think, Christina? What other details would you like to kid to give them?
Um, I don't know. I think it's just it's I think they're pretty
Mhm.
self-explanatory. With the disc, it's a little you got to sort of explain the personality traits a little more. I think here it's pretty straightforward, but I think again, it's so important to just learn about yourself. I
Mhm.
mean, every day you learn something new about yourself is a great day, but also in your close relationships, I think it's so important to understand, and we avoid, as I said, divorce, but I think
Just a lot of
frustration
frustration.
overall. And I think too, if you can, I don't know if there's a special quiz for kids. uh, Maybe we can research that and see if there's a special quiz for kids. We'll put it in the show notes. But otherwise, teenagers and up can definitely take the same
Yeah.
quiz.
And like I said, it just avoids frustration. It helps communication.
Hmm.
It promotes communication
Yeah,
because you can kind of say, I think I've said it. Not I think. I know I've said it to Victor. Now that I took my quiz,
yeah,
I have the last one,
hmm,
and I'm like, oh wow.
yeah. Can't believe I did that to you.
I'm like, man, or physical touch. Oh, and then it helps you to accommodate. Or
So where was physical touch on his?
Victor's was top two. Physical
Oh,
touch.
okay. So your bottom two was his top two.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's for
Yeah.
us. I mean, we're hitting 20 years.
Yeah.
And
And you're just figuring this out.
well, no, it's changed. I used to
It does.
be.
Yes, it does
I
change.
used to be the up. My
Yeah.
top two were before.
Yeah.
So they have changed, you
Hmm.
know, through the years. But also too, it allows me to understand that I that may not be my top two,
Hmm.
but they're his top
Yeah.
two. So I can figure out how to meet him
Yeah.
halfway.
Yeah.
So
Because really, in a healthy relationship, same thing we say about marketing.
mhm,
Marketing is always on the term of the receiver. It doesn't matter how great
yes.
a marketing campaign is or how well I think I'm posting on social. If the people reading it can't understand what I mean or it's not important to them, then I can call myself brilliant all day. It leads to nothing. Same thing with love languages, and if you want your significant other or kids to feel appreciated and loved, it's got to be on their terms.
Or your best friend. Yes.
That's right.
And so with this, and again, I'm going to leave you with this.
Mhm,
So these are percentages. You know, you have
mhm,
10 here, 17 here. When you're in a relationship, whatever relationship it is 100, 100. Sometimes
mhm.
it's 110 to 90, but it's no 50-50 anymore. Fifty
Yeah.
fifty is half.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't give 50%.
No.
You have to give 100, 100. So figuring out what percentage you have to give, it's just makes everything run smoother
Yeah.
and no questions asked because you know.
That's right.
So take the quiz, let
Take
us
the
know,
quiz. Let us know.
and
What is your top?
I
Yeah.
can't wait to hear all your love languages.
It's going to be so much more love in the world.
I
Yeah.
concur. All
Little
right,
shorter one
Christina.
today, but I think
Yes.
this is important, but quick and
Short and
sweet.
sweet. Yes.
Yes, that's right. So until next time, let there be love.
Cheers.
Cheers.